To let Santiago settle in a little bit and feel real comfortable, I'm going to let Gustavo give our first question in Spanish. Go ahead, Gustavo.
Buenas tardes, Santiago. ¿Cómo tú ves esta temporada que vaya a llegar? Porque pienso que la pretemporada no esté fácil. Pienso que con toda dificultad de COVID y también a llegar en janeiro a jugar de directo sin pretemporada. ¿Cómo tú ves con esta temporada que ahora pueda ser un tiempo para practicar?
Bueno, creo que la temporada va a ser algo muy divertido para nosotros. Creo que si bien ha sido difícil tener una pretemporada por temas de COVID y de salud de todo el equipo, creo que la verdad el equipo hizo un muy buen trabajo, trabajando desde donde pudieran. Creo que los que se quedaron acá hicieron un buen trabajo entrenando, los que estuvieron en casa también. Creo que todos hicimos un buen trabajo preparándonos para la temporada. Y nada, creo que estamos todos muy contentos y ansiosos para que la temporada empiece.
Una curiosidad, ¿tú siempre gustó básquetbol más de fútbol? Porque pienso que Uruguay como Brasil, fútbol es un deporte más apasionante, mas ¿cómo tú comenzó a gustar el básquetbol?
A mí me gusta el básquetbol desde que soy un niño, porque siempre a mi familia le gustó el básquetbol también y mi abuelo fue jugador y creo que fue él el que desde los principios como que no me hizo que me gustara, pero creo que en base a él fue que me empezó a gustar. Y nada, el fútbol también, la verdad, es un deporte que me encanta. El otro día tuve la posibilidad de ver al equipo femenino jugar un partido y nada, la verdad fue algo lindo porque también el fútbol es como parte de la cultura de mi país, pero nada, creo que sí, el básquetbol siempre por encima del fútbol.
Gracias. All right, now we'll transition to English and we'll go to Grant Ramey and then Mike Wilson.
Santi, what were you able to do while you were back home, I guess, to improve your game? How tough was that to find, I guess, the competition you needed to play against, or the workout stuff you need to do like that?
I mean, in Uruguay, it was way easier because COVID was like a smaller thing. We had really few cases. We had like probably by the time I was there, we had like probably around like 60 total active cases in the whole country. So that made us be available to like play 5-on-5, practice, do whatever we wanted in groups. And like it was safer than everywhere else in the world with the COVID was like a big thing. So yeah, I was basically just working out by myself with a strength and conditioning coach that I knew. And also like playing 5-on-5 with guys that I knew of also. We just set a time and go to a random court and play 5-on-5. And I think that really helped us to grow, and also knowing that the environment was safe.
Were you anxious to get back, or were you pretty patient to just stay over there and wait it out if you had to?
I mean, both of them. I was really anxious to get back, but at the same time, I felt that I was doing a good job in Uruguay because I knew I was working out like really hard. And also in terms of the COVID, it was much safer staying in Uruguay because, as I already mentioned, we had like really few cases than coming here. But at the same time, I wanted to be with my teammates.
Thanks.
Primero, habla despacio en español, por favor. Secondly, Santi, obviously you lost a little bit of weight this summer. How do you think kind of having trimmed down and reformed conditioning is going to help your game this season now?
I already experienced like a really big change in my whole game and body, and I've been feeling it during practice. I feel myself way more quickly. I feel more lean also. Like I got leaner from during the summer that I was working out back in home. And I feel that's really going to help me in terms of, first of all, in my defensive standing point, because I'll be able to guard quicker guards. And also in terms of the offense, I think it will help me a lot because I will be like, I'm feeling better, quicker. I could like go by guys sometimes. And I think that's really like a big difference in my game.
Then what was the process like for you of waiting to get home when kind of everything shut down in March, and then the process of it taking a little bit longer for you to get back as well? I mean, what was the waiting like on both ends there?
I mean, I feel it was just it was crazy. I remember it was spring break, and I went with John. We went somewhere else to just stay in a house and chill out because of the COVID. And we knew it was going to be like a great thing, like not great, but it was like a massive thing. So we just like going to stay home. And then we realized I had to go back home the next day because they were shutting down the borders. So we had to drive all the way back to campus, and we had to do a lot of paperwork and stuff. Like during the morning, we go by like at 6 a.m. and probably like 11 a.m. my flight was leaving. So it was kind of crazy.
Go to Rick Russo and then Jimmy Himes.
All right, Santiago, good to see you. Two questions. Number one, what prompted the hair color change coming in this year? And then also, last season, you came in and really hit the ground running and really helped this team. What more do you feel like you can do that you feel like you need to improve on to help this team even more this season?
So first, talking about the hair color, I was just in Uruguay, and I mean, it was a long time just staying in quarantine, not doing much. And my first option was, because I was supposed to come a little earlier than when I came, and that same day I was gonna dye my hair white, and then I just stayed home for a little longer. So everyone knew my idea was to come here and show up just having white hair. But then they already knew because I stayed in Uruguay, and I mean, it didn't have like a big thing behind it. It was just I wanted to do something else. And then coming to this year, I think my game has improved a lot. I really feel way better, as I already said, because I feel better physical wise, and also I'm starting to learn more the pace of the game. I'm trying to, as Coach Barnes asked us, I'm trying to play more faster. Every time we get the ball, just trying to run the court. And I feel I'm doing a really good job doing that. And still think I have a lot of room to improve. And that's what I'm working on every day.
Thank you.
Santi, with the players that are newcomers and then the players that return, how competitive are the practices now?
Oh, they are really competitive, and I think that's what it's going to make us be a really good team, because having the opportunity to compete against us every day, I think it's the best thing we can have, because we have a lot of talented players. The newcomers are really talented. People that are staying too, we all talented, and I think that's what's going to make us grow every day.
And what was the biggest adjustment you made when you started playing at Tennessee? Was it the speed of the game, the athleticism of the opponents? What was the biggest adjustment?
I think it was both. The athleticism of the people that I was playing against, I think I'm kind of getting used to every time more. And also the speed of the game. As I already said, I'm trying to play in a faster pace. And also I think I'm starting to, like every time I'm starting to know more what Coach Barnes wants from us. And I think that's a really good thing, because like we all in the same page.
Go to Ryan Shumpert and then Nicholas Hill.
Hey, Santiago. How much more comfortable do you feel right now running the offense than you did maybe in January and early February when you'd only been here for about a month?
I feel way more comfortable right now. I think, as I already mentioned, I think we're starting to know every time more what the offense and what Coach Barnes wants from us. And I think that's a really good point for me and all the team, because we're on the same page. And I mean, I feel really good about the offense we're running right now, and also just running more every time and getting the pace even faster. I think it's going to really help us.
Santiago, on the defensive side of the ball, what skills have you been focusing on to help you improve on that side of the ball?
I'll be working on just one-on-one defense, trying to stay in front of the ball. And I think I'm every time doing a better job. I had a talk with one of the coaches yesterday and today morning about it, because he sent me a video of practice, and I told him that I was focusing my game, trying to be a way better defensive player that I was last semester. And he told me that he saw a really good improvement, and I think we just got to keep working on it.
Go to Vince Ferrara and then Rob Lewis.
Santiago, two things. One, what was your reaction when Yves Pons decided to come back? And how did you find that out? Because it came down to the wire on the deadline for his decision that he made.
I remember that I was like, I wouldn't say also appreciate he coming back. And also I'm really glad that he is coming back. I was really excited about him. And I think he's going to really help us on the court, but also off the court, because I think he's a really mature player. He's very mature, and he can help a lot of us, also including the newcomers. I think he could like guide them in the way we all wanted to be. So as he have a lot of experience, I think that he can really help us. And I don't really remember how I found it out. I think it was one of my parents that was like just on the internet. He was like, "Did you see that Yves coming back?" And he showed it to me, and I was like really excited.
Hey, if I could follow up real quick, you practiced with Victor Bailey last year. What are fans going to see and get in Victor Bailey this year?
I really think that Victor Bailey is, I don't know how to say it in English, but he's definitely a big surprise that probably not most of the people are going to be aware of, like how good he's playing right now. And I think he's going to be a really big game changer for us.
Santiago, now that you have some distance on it and you can look back to last January, just, kind of how crazy is it, or how do you think about how you were able to get here on campus and basically play in an SEC game 7 days later? You kind of just shake your head and think, that was wild.
I mean, by the time that happened, I didn't realize it, but now looking a little backwards to what it was, I really think it was just crazy. But at the same time, I would never regret about what I did, because I think it really helped me in a lot of ways to improve. And I think I was just trying to help the team in the way I could. And I think that's going to give me a really big heads up for what's coming next season. So I think it was like a really good decision to play.
Let's go to Trey Wallace and Mike Wilson.
Santiago, how much did you work on your three-point shooting in Uruguay? What has that been a factor? And Rick Barnes and other assistant coaches talk to you about, when you're able to actually pull the trigger and shoot that ball from behind the arc?
Yeah, I'll be working a lot on my three-point shot. Either staying after practice, just shooting with the managers, shooting in the gun, whatever I can do. And I think that's going to be also a big game changer for me, because I feel way better than last semester in terms of shooting. And I think that's going to make the people like the defense got to be closer to me. And that's what's going to help me set up them so I can drive as well. And yeah, I just feel way better shooting right now.
Mike, did you have a question? All right, let's go Jimmy Himes and Ryan Shumpert.
Santi, do you consider yourself a better shooter or a better passer?
I would consider myself a mix in between them. So I'll be working out also on my shooting speed. So I feel I can shoot better now, even though the guy's closer to me. And I think also the ability that I can shoot helps me to drive, get two people together, and then I can be a good passer as well, because I can read good like where the defensive help is coming from. And I think like in between them.
Do you enjoy making a three-pointer more than you do assisting a teammate on a basket?
To be honest, I really enjoy both of them. But if I had to choose, I would rather give an assist for a wide open 3-point than rather just shooting it myself.
With Pons coming back and some of the newcomers like Keon, Jaden, EJ, what do you think the potential is for this team defensively?
I think we have a really good potential defensive wise. We've been showing it in practice, and I think We have a really good athletic and talented group, even defensive or offensive wise. And I think we're going to do really good things in the defensive end.
Go to Grant Ramey and then Jerry Tipton.
Who did you play with when you were back home, and kind of how did those pickup games kind of come about?
So when I was back in Uruguay, there was a lot of people in my situation. So there's some people in Uruguay my age that are playing all around the world. And because of COVID, they had to go back. So they didn't have like anywhere to play or practice. So we all kind of got together and tried to figure it out somehow, like practice and playing against each other.
Jerry? All right, let's go to Vince and then Rob Lewis.
Santi, two quick things again. Did you see more University of Tennessee merchandise when you went back home? Did you bring any back to family or friends or anything like
Say it
that?
again, sorry?
The University of Tennessee merchandise, that power tee, did any of that pop up when you were back home? Any of that support, or did you bring anything back?
I mean, I brought stuff back, some that I was like, I just want to give my family, but I didn't really see much Tennessee stuff back in Uruguay.
And then can you give us a little breakdown, just a few sentences on each of those newcomers, Springer, Johnson, Walker, Anasicki, from your standpoint, practicing with them? What do you see in each of those newcomers?
First of all, starting with Keon, I think they're all talented. And in the case of Keon, I think he's really athletic, like super athletic, and he can also shoot the ball. I think he's really quick, he's strong, and he can shoot it. He's also tall and like he's long. So I think he's a really good player. Jaden just really talented. He's also athletic, but like he just plays the way he feels, and that makes him like a really good player because like his instincts are super good. Then Corey Walker can really shoot the ball. He's also kind of like a big man, so he can really crash a board. And talking about EJ, he's a unit. Like you cannot stop him. If he go into the rim, you cannot stop him. Like I'd rather just move to the side rather than just staying in front of him. Like he's super strong. He's really good on the like crashing the glass, offensive rebounds. He's really good also like having the ball. He can read the defense. He can make good passes, and I think that's it.
Santi, between you, Keon, Jaden, Josiah, and Victor, it seems like you got maybe 5 guys that can run the point. So with that, have you been working more off the ball than you did last year? And do you think you have that many guys that can be the primary ball handler and facilitator?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working a lot off the ball too, but I also feel comfortable playing the point. And yeah, as you said, we have a lot of people that can run the point. We have a lot of talented guards. So I think that's really going to help us in the time we're playing, because it's going to make us have every time a talented player coming fresh from the bench. And that's going to make us stay throughout the whole game at the same level, being like a high level. So I think that's really going to help us.
Go Mike Wilson, and then we'll try Jerry again.
Yeah, Santiago, with those pickup games and everything down in Uruguay, how many games a week do you think you were playing in? I mean, how many days were you over there? And what was the balance between playing in pickup games and doing some work by yourself?
Say it again, sorry.
With the pickup games you mentioned down in Uruguay, how many days a week were you guys playing games together, and how often were you spending time doing kind of work on your own as well around that?
So when I was in Uruguay, say we were playing probably 3 to 4 times a week. But at the same time, the days that we were not playing, I had the opportunity to go by myself, either to shoot, and my dad also would come with me and pass me the ball, like rebound it for me. And if not, I would just work by myself. And then I would also go with the strength and conditioning coach that I knew from Uruguay. and he really helped me in the terms of just lifting weights and getting stronger every time.
Then you said you and Fulke took off for a road trip kind of when everything stopped in March. Where did you guys go? And can you please tell me what it's like being on a road trip with John Fulkerson?
So we went to South Carolina to stay at a place. It was just him, it was John, another friend, and me. And I mean, it was just long. We had like a 5-hour drive, but at the same time, it was fun because I really get along with John and the other friend. So I feel it was just fun. But at the same time, we got there. We had to spend one day in the place we were at, and then we had to come back. So it was kind of like it was like super quick, and we had to go back really quick as well. So it was like, I think we could have enjoyed it more if COVID didn't happen.
Yes, Santiago. I see Tennessee rated very high in various ratings. What do you guys think of that? Is there pressure to perform? What do you all think of that?
I mean, to be honest, I haven't talked to the team about that. And personally myself, I haven't think about that. Like, I know we rank somewhere high, but I try not to think about it because I feel it's just going to put pressure on us that is not needed. I know there's a lot of people that expect a lot from us, and I'll just take it as I know more people is going to come even more ready to play against us, and so we have to be even more ready for them.
Thank you.
Go to Grant Ramey, then Nicholas Hill.
Santi, everybody talks about how crazy 2020 has been. Do you think 2019 was crazy for you? I mean, Rob asked earlier about all the stuff you went through. Was that more difficult at times than what you've been through this year?
I mean, definitely I feel 2020 is a more crazy year than I ever been into one, just because of COVID, the fact that the way life handle it now, we all have to wear masks. Like, I didn't ever think about that in my life. But I mean, if we have to do that just to keep ourselves safe, we're going to do it. In terms of my 2019 year, I think it was crazy too. But as I said, like, it was nothing compared to 2020.
Yeah, when you take a look at this upcoming year, and there's obviously no official schedule out outside of the January 30th game against Kansas. The Charleston Classic just got canceled the other day. Just doesn't mess with your preparation at all, not exactly knowing when you will be tipping the ball off of the.
Sorry, can you say it again?
Yeah, just not knowing exactly when your first game will be, just that mess with your preparation at all? Because obviously usually you would have a schedule by now.
I mean, I don't think it messes with us, with our preparation. We just focus and getting every time better. I think we all think about when we're going to start playing, but at the same time, we all just focus on trying to get better every day. And I think that's what we should do. Just every day get in, get the work done, and get better every day. So it keeps ourselves out of thinking when's the season going to start or not. And I think it really don't mess with us with our preparation.
Jimmy Himes and Trey.
So Santi, let's just say that AJ Anasiki's driving to the basket and you do get out of the way. What do you think Coach Barnes would say?
I mean, I was just making a joke. I would not get out of the way, but if I did, he'd probably get on me saying that I was soft because I should have stayed in front of him. But if I was in practice, I would have stayed in front of him. I would not get out of him.
Santiago, how much fun are you having overall experiencing a college life? I know it's different right now with COVID, but just being around different people, being on a college campus, getting to play basketball, what has that meant to you, and how has your experience been so far?
I mean, it's been it's been a really fun experience. I know now it's different because of COVID, and almost all my classes are online, so I don't get to be around many people. But at the same time, I think it's really fun. Also, coming every day into Pratt or TBA, practice with my teammates. I think it's a really good opportunity. It's really fun also spending time with them in the court and also off the court with them, because I love my teammates, and I think I haven't thought about it really lately, but I really feel like it's a really good opportunity for myself.
I had one quick follow-up to that. If you had to choose and you got to play, because you got to play in the Southeastern Conference last year and go to a lot of big arenas, do you like playing road in front of a hostile environment, in front of crazy fans, or do you prefer, playing at home or on the road? Which one do you like better?
To be honest, if I had to choose, I would definitely choose playing home because of our fans. They really do a good job making a really good environment for us, and I think it really helps us every time we play. But at the same time, I don't think it's I don't think it's that bad to play on the road. I don't feel the other people, like the other teams' fans, as bad as I feel at home. So what I meant is like when we play at home, I feel a really good advantage having other people cheering for us. But when I go on the road, I don't really feel the other team's fans.
We'll finish up with Jimmy Himes.
Santi, when you got here, were you a little bit surprised at whenever Tennessee would have a big game at Thompson Bowling or even a big game on the road, at how into it the fans were, how loud they got, how passionate they were about basketball? Did that surprise you any?
When, sorry?
Did it surprise you any when you would play basketball that the fans were so into it and they would get so loud and they were so passionate about basketball?
Yeah, it definitely surprised me playing here in TVA. I never played in front of such a big amount of people, and I think playing TVA was crazy. It was really fun also, and I just think it helps us every time we play. Everyone cheering for us. I think it's a really good thing, and just help us a lot. And I don't know, I'm really grateful for all the people just coming to cheer for us.
What was the biggest crowd you had played before until you got to Thompson Bowling Arena?
Probably was in Uruguay when we played a tournament in the Antel Arena. It's a new arena we have in Uruguay, which is it's really good. And there was probably no more than 8,000 people.
All right, everybody. I appreciate everyone's time. Santiago, appreciate you. Everybody, have a good rest of the week.
Thank you. Thanks, Santi.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.